taking great pictures doesn't just have to be for the professionals. Professional photographer Dave LaBelle joins us this morning with the promise that you too can capture the amazing moments in your life that will last a lifetime and beyond. And thank you so much for joining us, Dave. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. You have an extensive background shooting some amazing photos as well as teaching. Where have you been and what all have you done?
I started out early in Ventura, and I taught at 3 universities, worked at 20 newspapers, a few magazines, worked in some oil rigs and did some other things as well. But it's all taking me here to Boise. This is, can't get any higher in the hog than this.
And it's worth noting that Dave actually has taught photography at University of Kentucky in Western Kentucky. And
that's correct. Yeah.
7 of your students have gone on to win Pulitzer Prizes.
That's correct.
That's pretty phenomenal right there.
In other words, I got out of their way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got out of their way. I like that. All right. Well, there's a 3-day workshop happening at BSU starting today, not till this evening. Tell me about what you're going to be teaching people. We're
talking about, basically the core, the scales of photography, which is timing, light, and composition. And I believe if you can do that, you can do anything. We'll give you different assignments, but once you learn those fundamentals, the sky's the limit. It doesn't matter whether you're using a cell phone, whether you're using a camera like this. That's the core of photography.
Well, and I saw one of the clips that you did for a station in Phoenix, and you were actually using your camera there, and then also took like a $3 cheap disposable camera. So you're teaching people to use any type of camera.
Absolutely. The camera doesn't matter nearly as much as you do. People overrate the camera.
All right. Well, let's talk about the 3 years of TLC.
Yes.
We've actually got some examples that we'll put up for you, and let's go through some of these pictures. First off, timing. We've got one here of a wedding. You want to tell me about that one?
Yeah, it's a matter of staying focused and watching the subjects. And when this guy messed up his vows there, everybody starts laughing. So you're prepared for it. The idea is to be prepared for the unexpected.
All right, move on to the next one that we've got here, and this one just jumped right out at me.
I could tell you a whole story on this, by the way. Actually, I shot this from the hip. It's one of my favorite photographs. It's a salmon crashing into a wall in Anchorage, Alaska. But I'd taken the camera off, and I'd pre-focused on an area, and I thought, I'm bored waiting for these salmon to jump. And so finally I was waiting, and I was talking to a guy, and the salmon comes out and smacks the wall, and I fire the shutter. And I told the guy, I think I got that. He said, there's no way. I said, oh, I know I got it. And when I looked at it, I just went like, baby, I got it. Yeah. That's it.
All right, so that covers the timing portion of the TLC method. Let's talk about lighting and the importance of that. And we'll go ahead and also put up some more pictures
but
here.
light, the light that's the core of our existence. Without light, we wouldn't have anything. And so I love light.
And this is one you shot here, obviously.
Yeah, this is a couple of years ago, before the construction started, I think, in Boise. But it's a matter of looking at the red lights and looking at the warm light hitting the Capitol. And boy, the study of light is it's magical.
Absolutely. I saw a very stark image yesterday when I was driving home as the sun was setting. It was just getting underneath the clouds, and there was just dramatic light thrown over the sides of the hills. All right, let's go and get to the next photo here. And this one really grabbed me too.
Yeah, this is what late afternoon light coming across the hills in California where I live. Absolutely beautiful. It reveals the shape and texture and stuff. And I tell people, if you don't know anything else about light, realize this: when light comes from the side, it shows texture. And when light comes from behind, it shows shape. Yeah. So you remember those two things, you're not going to do wrong.
All right, and then composition. Let's go and get to those pictures as well. So tell me about composition.
Composition is sort of how we're put together. When you think about it, if I wasn't a photographer, I would have liked to have been a musician. I would have liked to compose things. And so composition, basically, in photography, it's really the process of subtraction. Is that you start with the whole, and then you start subtracting from that until you get to what you want. So in this particular case of Jimmy Carter, in 1979 in Oklahoma, your home state.
Yeah.
By the way, and if you'll notice the juxtaposition of him against that American flag is what makes it work. It's a matter of scale and size differential there.
All right, we're rolling through time. Let's go and show the next real quick, and then we've got to get to the fun photos real quick.
Two trees again, once against where I live. It's a matter of space. Using that space, negative space, to create the kind of mood that you feel when you look at the photograph.
All right, fun photos. You shot around here in Boise. Let's go ahead and talk about this. We thought this one was pretty funny.
Okay, this wasn't in Boise, but this is actually Reba. And it's a matter of watching. I like to photograph hot dogs, particularly when they're on people's shirts and stuff. But it's all, again, a matter of seeing. And I know I have a sick sense of humor. People tell me that all the time. It's like they never want to turn their back on me because they're afraid I'm going to photograph them from the backside. And
rightly so.
And I will.
Yeah. All right. And then another one when you came into Idaho. I love this one.
And this is my latest photograph. This is just on the way here. We're traveling in a van. We have 2 dogs, 2 kids, and we have Squeaky.
The guinea pig.
The guinea pig, which my son would not leave behind. So we have to have that.
All right, if you'd like to take some great photos yourself, Dave is offering a 3-day workshop at BSU, and it starts today. And yes, there is still time to get registered. Just go to picturehuntworkshops.com, and you'll find all the info there. And it's sponsored by the Idaho Photojournalism Alliance. And Dave has a book called I Don't Want to Know All the Technical Stuff. I just want to shoot pictures. Which can be purchased on his website at greatpicturehunt.com or on Amazon.com. Dave, we thank you for your time and your wonderful photos. Great to meet you, sir.